SESportsnet.com live programming begins shortly. 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 SESportsNet.com live programming begins shortly.
Friday night lights are on in Shippensburg at Veterans Stadium, Shippensburg Memorial Park. SC Sportsnet coverage of Shippensburg Greyhound football. Tonight, the Shippensburg Greyhounds on homecoming entertain the 2-4 Blue Devils of Greencastle. Hi, everybody. Welcome to SC Sportsnet coverage of Greyhound football alongside J.D. Davidson, Rob Ebersole. I'm Scott Smith, and we welcome you into Week 7. And it's homecoming as the Shippensburg Greyhounds play host to the Greencastle Blue Devils. Big football game to be played here tonight, but before we get started, we need to take just a few minutes to remember the events of the past couple of weeks. For 2 weeks ago, this coming Monday, the nation woke up to the horrible news of what occurred in Las Vegas, Nevada, with the killing of 58 innocent people at a concert venue in downtown Las Vegas. And a few tears were shed by the world as they looked at what happened on that Sunday night. And then as the minutes ticked off and the hours went by on Monday, the news came home. We thought it was just 2,500 miles away, but the events of the day showed that there was tragedy to come to a sister and a brother of the Shippensburg community. First, we heard that two folks that attended the concert celebrating their 20th anniversary had experienced some problems out that way, that they had become separated. And then as the hours and the day went on into Tuesday, we heard the tragedy that a Shippensburg son had been killed innocently, a life taken way too early. Bill Wolf Jr. and his wife Robin were in attendance in Las Vegas, as I mentioned, to celebrate their 20th anniversary. And as the couple days went by, the news became bad that Bill did not make it. Cut down by a shooter that took 58 lives. Bill Wolf was a vital member of this community. He contributed greatly to the Little League program and to the elementary wrestling program, touched the lives of many, many people. And then as we remembered back through the years, it was even closer to home because Bill and my oldest son, Chad, played Little League baseball together on the same team. And Chad graduated with his wife, Robin. We remember Bill tonight for the good things that he contributed to this community. His life is being celebrated at a memorial service on the campus of Shippensburg University at the Lewis Center. Thousands of people are on hand to remember them and to comfort the family. And we want to add our thoughts and our prayers to Robin and the children, along with the extended family as well. And that as we go through this process as a community, it's been most interesting. Tonight, the bells of the churches of Shippensburg were rung to commemorate the 58 lives that were lost on that Sunday evening, and how this community has come together to support the Wolf family and to celebrate his life. And he will not be forgotten, but will be remembered as a vital and important part of this community. So, Bill Wolf, we pray for you, we pray for your family, and wish you Godspeed.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg is the place. Delicious breakfast selections, and for lunch and dinner, create your own sandwiches, hoagies, wraps, or salads. 3 hot soups as well as a hot meal special are available every day. Plus, Kathy's fresh baked goods and delicious dessert specials are the best. Voted #1 since 2004. Enjoy wonderful hometown atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service at Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg. Your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner should be at Kathy's Deli.
It's homecoming, the site of tonight's ball game between the Shippensburg Greyhounds and the Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils. And we've got an interesting contest here tonight. Shippensburg 4-2, just behind Waynesboro in the Colonial Division. Greencastle having a tough season, partner, at 2-4.
Yeah, longtime coach Chuck Taninis must be scratching his head because they've had some problems, as you mentioned. They started off the season with a win against Chambersburg, then lost 3 in a row before beating Mifflin County and then losing to Big Spring last week. They have always been a pain in the Greyhounds' rear end over the years. We've seen some very entertaining games, both here and down in Greencastle. So you never know. Not maybe as quite of a rivalry game as Big Spring, but it's pretty well up there.
Well, Shippensburg's taken the last 6 ball games since 2011 from this team, starting with a playoff win over Greencastle back in 2011. So they've pretty much dominated the last 6 years of play, but they're always tough football games.
They sure are. In Shippensburg, they start the game tonight, and I'm sure people have seen this, that they were ranked number 3 in District 3 in the Quad A football rankings. Now, does anybody think that was going to be the case? It is. Whether they are the 3rd best team in District 3, we don't know, but that's where they're ranked now. And with 4 wins in these last 4 ball games, will at least, probably get a home football game in the playoffs.
Yeah, Shippensburg had a nice game last week. Defensively, they played exceptionally well. According to Coach Faust, he saw a lot of really positive things.
Yeah, and JD and I were doing that game, obviously, and they had a chance to really beat that team pretty badly. Mifflin County has not won a game, and just didn't seem like they've had that killer instinct all year long where they really take advantage of a team that's not as good as they are to win by a good margin. And a couple turnovers and some penalties and whatnot had kept Mifflin County battling, and they fought back and made the game close. But Shippensburg, we've talked about this all year long. They're just missing something. And we had a good conversation with Ray Staver before we went on the air. And, they have some really young kids on this team, and it takes a while to get that experience because last year they had a lot of kids that stepped up that maybe weren't named names, but they did a great job, especially on the defensive end.
Well, Shippensburg offensively last week, Carter Van Syok set a school record for total passing yardage for a career. He completed, 6 passes last week for a total of 56 yards. But Adam Hauser had a nice evening, 108 yards, and scored a couple of touchdowns.
Yeah, he was Coach Faust told me that he had a good week of practice, and he did do very well. Frodinger made a couple of nice catches, and, again, they just did enough to win. But tonight against Greencastle, just look at some of the statistics for this team, and Cade McDowell is the quarterback, and he's also rushes for a lot of yards. They only average 58 passing yards as a team per game and 185 rushing yards. So obviously between McDowell and Isaiah Peck, they're going to run the ball, and that's something that Greencastle's always done in the past.
Well, one of the things that struck me as I looked at statistics for the game tonight, Rob, is they give up a lot of points. They're averaging 22 points from that side of the ball. But then they also score a lot of points, too. Yeah,
that is true. And interesting thing about Shippensburg, too, the opposite. They're actually giving up more points than they've scored so far, only by 2. But it's interesting for a team that's 4-2 to be outscored. Obviously, they were beat by a couple good teams, especially Riverdale. So that certainly helps that total. So it'll be interesting. Shippensburg with Carter Van Syok under the center. You never know when he's going to break out and throw a lot of yards, and has a couple of good, capable receivers to throw to.
Well, I know it's hard to compare, Rob, but I think this ball club, the opponent tonight, can throw a lot of things at Shippensburg like Waynesboro did.
Yeah, and Waynesboro just really obviously caught Shippensburg in a bad game. They just did about everything right, and Waynesboro hadn't been doing well in the first couple of weeks, but they certainly turned it around. And that's true. And Shippensburg, again, have to go out to a fast start and just play strong football right from the beginning and not let Greencastle to get ahead in this ball game.
Well, crowd slow coming into Veterans Stadium here tonight. I would imagine that most of the people are on hand at the memorial service up at Shippensburg University for Bill Wolf. And one of the things that I failed to mention, if you'd like to contribute to the Bill Wolf cause, please go to SE Sportsnet and look at the article. There are a couple of links to the funding pages that are available to you and an opportunity to contribute to the Wolf family. So we call that to your attention as well. Shippensburg Greyhounds out onto the field for this homecoming crowd, and the Blue Devils walking on from the far side of the field as well. They're small but boisterous here tonight, partner.
Well, they're ready. It is homecoming, so everybody's fired up about that. And again, this is a very important part of the season, the last 4 games of the regular season starting here tonight.
Coming up next, the opening kickoff. Stay tuned for SE Sportsnet coverage of Shippensburg Greyhound football.
Hey, insurance companies that want to spend $1 gazillion on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Your complete quality satisfaction is unconditionally guaranteed. That's the backbone that New Life Painting of Shippensburg has built their business on since 1998. New Life Painting has been providing Central Pennsylvania residential and commercial painting at its best. Keith and Chris Carroll welcome the opportunity to discuss your next painting project with a free on-the-spot estimate, and your satisfaction is the center of their quality work. Give them a call at 423-5577, and you'll soon learn what satisfaction and guaranteed is all about.
Advantage ChemDry understands that your pets are an important part of your family, but what happens when they cause messes? We have a revolutionary pet urine removal treatment that's specially formulated to eliminate urine odors. We offer full evaluations, including treating your subfloor, carpet, padding, and new flooring replacement. Stop being embarrassed by your pet's accidents and call me, Ashley, at 717-532-8676 or visit us online at AdvantageChemDry.com. Get $20 off your pet urine removal treatment.
Timmons Oil Incorporated of Orrstown has been proudly serving the local area for over 35 years with quality fuel oil, diesel fuel, and kerosene products at reasonable prices. The Timmons folks invite you to call now and arrange convenient fuel oil delivery for the upcoming heating season. Call Timmons Oil at 532-3740. That's 532-3740. Or stop in and say hello at 12901 Mountain Road in Orrstown. The Timmons family encourages all drivers to exercise extra caution on the roads now that the kids are back in school. Parents, remember to take the time to become involved in your children's school activities. And this fall and always, save a life. Please don't drink and drive. Remember, for extra convenient fuel oil delivery this winter, call Timmons Oil of Orrstown now at 532-3740. That's Timmons Oil at 532-3740. The Timmons family is proud to be part of our Cumberland and Franklin County communities. And go Greyhounds!
Okay, nice rendition of the national anthem, and we're almost ready for the opening kickoff. As Scott mentioned, Shippensburg will be receiving, and we got J.D. Davidson to say a few things. What are you thinking there, bud?
Well, Greencastle, Shippensburg's always been a good game over the last several years, even though we won the last 6 and so forth. They were the team that we had to beat if we were going to win the division, and then, we made that turn, and then we turned it in our favor here the last couple of years. And Greencastle, basically over the last 4 or 5 years, they've sort of been a Heckle and Jive team. You go into the game thinking that Greencastle should have the upper hand on Shippensburg, and we came out with the win. So it should be a good ball game tonight. Shippensburg just continue to do what they do and put up another good defensive effort like they did last week.
Thank you, sir.
So Shippensburg has won the toss, and they will defend the goal to our left, the south goal here. Kicking off is Ian Gelsinger for Greencastle. Back deep for Shippensburg is Philip Torres. Christian Melendez is back there as well. It's a squib kick that hits at the 40-yard line, picked up at the 25 by Cole Holderbaum, and Holderbaum returns the ball back out across the 30 and out to about the 34-yard line, where Shippensburg will go to work. Tackle made by Ethan Klopper. Glad to have you along on this Friday night, week 7 of the football campaign on SE Sportsnet. So here come the Greyhounds with 3 wide receivers to the far side of the formation. Carter Van Syok steps and throws and completes the pass in the flat up the far sideline to Adam Hauser, who's out across the 35 and out to the 36-yard line. Shear on the tackle. Little swing pass will pick up about 3, and it'll be 2nd down and 7.
He had a blocker out front of him, too, but unfortunately Hauser cut the inside and still got the couple yards.
Kane Freidinger comes wide to the near side as the Hounds move left to right. 2nd down and 7 from their 36. Under center this time. Handoff goes to Philip Torres, who slices off of right guard, and Torres will scoot out to about the 39-yard line, picking up 3 yards. Eberle on the tackle. So it'll be 3rd down now and just about 4 for Shippensburg. Just underway from Veterans Stadium at Shippensburg on this homecoming night. Hounds with the football in the middle of the field. Backs are split. Hauser and Torres behind Van Syok with the takeaway. 2-step drop, throws out to the far side, and it overthrows the intended receiver. That was for Nick Gustafson, but it was thrown high and incomplete, and it'll be 4th down. The bunting unit is on. Ethan Hildebrand on the coverage for Shippensburg.
Yeah, that ball was overthrown, and Gustafson really didn't have much of a chance. So 3 and out to start the game for the Greyhounds.
So Eddie Ocker on to punt for Shippensburg. Cade McMarshall waits deep at about his 23-yard line. End over end kick. Hits at the 36-yard line, acts like a knuckleball, now bounces back toward the 40. And good field position for Greencastle as they'll have the ball at their own 40-yard line to start play here tonight. Led by senior quarterback Cade McDowell.
We'll have to talk more about this when Shippensburg gets the ball back, Scott, but just seems like all the time, 1st and 2nd down, they're running the ball. It's like, why don't we do a play action right off the bat to maybe make a big gain right out of the chute.
McDowell with 2 setbacks behind him sends Marshall in motion to the far side of the formation, and an inside handoff straight ahead to Bradley Shear. Will pick up 4 yards out to the 44-yard line. Dante Latriglio on the tackle. Single wide receiver to the far side of the formation for Greencastle as they're moving right to left, north to south. Here's a handoff that goes to Seth Eberle, who cuts and turns the edge to the near side, out across the 45 and out to about the 48-yard line. Petrulio again on the tackle. It'll be third down now and just about 2 for Greencastle.
That's a good play by Dante as he just held his ground, fought off a block, and made a nice tackle.
Mumau and Eberly check out of the backfield for the Blue Devils. They send Cade Marshall wide to the near side, which is the short side of the field. Backs are split. McDowell's under center. Senior quarterback with the takeaway. Hands the football off to his big fullback, that being Wesley Medina. Medina will cross into Shippensburg territory and move the chains and pick up the first down. Adam Hauser on the tackle. But it's a 4-yard pickup, and it's first and 10. Greencastle at the Shippensburg 48-yard line.
Medina, junior, 5'8", 240.
This time Mumau goes wide to the far side, which is the wide side of the field. Marshall is winged to the near side. Handoff goes to Seth Eberly, and Eberly gets a nice running room outside the numbers across the 40 and down to the 36-yard line, moving the chains one more time. Christian Bortz on the stop. But it's a nice run by Eberly, and it's first and 10 Greencastle at the Shippensburg 36.
Eberly broke a couple tackles and got into the secondary for the first down.
Menser wide to the far side, and Marshall again wing to the near side. Backs are split. McDowell with the takeaway. Fakes a handoff, rolls to the far sideline, pumps, and now he's going to put the ball into his belly. Crosses the 30-yard line and gets down to the 29-yard line. Ethan Stauffer making the tackle, but a nice run by McDowell on the fake inside. He rolled to the near side of the formation, picked up those 7 yards, and it'll be second down and 3.
It was a nice run by the QB as he just had his head up in the air looking for an open receiver, and then decided to run the ball for 7-yard gain.
Running room to the far side of the formation. That's where Mumau sets up. And the handoff goes straight ahead to Wesley Medina.
Well, I thought the ball went on the ground, but I guess not.
Stopped right at the line of scrimmage, led by Eddie Ocker in there for Shippensburg. No gain in the play. Third down and about 3.
Yeah, Stauffer and Ocker, they were right there at the line of scrimmage and made the heads-up tackle right away.
And running room to the near side of the formation. McDowell under center, and we've got some aggressive line play by the Shippensburg Greyhounds, and that's going to cost the Hounds a first down here, I believe.
Nope.
No illegal procedure against Greencastle. So the movement was on the line. Shippensburg's James Monahan was in the neutral zone, but he was pulled off sides. So it'll be third down now and about 8 as the ball is back out to the 34-yard line of Shippensburg. 7:35 left to go here in the first quarter. Shippensburg did a 3-and-out, and Greencastle, after the punt, has moved the ball from their 40 down to the Shippensburg 34-yard line.
McDowell's only completed 20 of 50, and this is a passing situation on third down.
3 wide receivers with a slot to the near side. From the gun, McDowell rolls to the near sideline, steps and throws and looks and completes the pass down at the 20-yard line, completing it to Jared Mumau, and Mumau will go out of bounds inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line. First and 10 for Greencastle. Dante Trulio again on the stop for Shippensburg.
Well, he didn't have any trouble throwing that ball well. He hit his receiver in stride for the first down. Right-hander throwing to the left side.
Going wide to the far side is Mumau. Wing to the near side is Marshall. Backs are split. Marshall goes in motion to the far side of the formation. McDowell with the takeaway, fakes the handoff, rolls to the far sideline, steps and throws. It's in and out of the hands of Mumau, who took a big hit down at about the 10-yard line. Making that hit for Shippensburg was Dante Latrulio, who's been active so far on the D side of the ball for Shippensburg in this first quarter.
Sure has. A junior, listed at 5'9", 145.
So the pass is incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Blue Devils at the Shippensburg 17. Metzer wide to the far side. Marshall goes in motion from his wing to the near side. Dante fakes a handoff, rolls to the far sideline. He's going to run with the football. Puts his head down, and he is spun down after he crosses the 15 and gets down to about the 13-yard line. Christian Bortz threw him to the ground for Shippensburg, but he'll pick up 5 on the quarterback keeper, and it'll be 3rd down and 5 for Greencastle.
Yeah, really like the way McDowell is handling the offense so far, Scott. He's just very heady guy, and he's just looking and making the right decisions so far.
Running room to the near side of the formation. Backs are split. McDowell under center. Barking signals. Hands the football off to Eberle, and Eberle gets spun down behind the line of scrimmage by Ethan Stauffer for Shippensburg. Let's see if where he marked his forward progress. Well, right back at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play. It'll be 4th down and 5 for Greencastle. And Ian Gelsinger is in to attempt a field goal. He's going to put the tee down just inside the 20-yard line. So let's call this a 29-yard attempt, pretty much straight on. Greencastle chewed up a lot of clock here in this first quarter. High snap. Gelsinger's kick is up. Gelsinger's kick is good. 29-yard field goal by Ian Gelsinger puts the Blue Devils out in front at 5:16 left to go here in the first quarter.
Hey, insurance companies that want to spend $1 gazillion on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Greencastle on the board first. A 10-yard, 33-yard scoring drive. 29-yard field goal by Ian Gelsinger. Shippensburg will get to touch the football for the 2nd time tonight. Torres back deep, waiting Gelsinger's kick. So Shippensburg, after a 3-and-out, punted the ball to Greencastle, and the Blue Devils put 3 on the board. Another squib kick, touched by a Shippensburg lineman out at the 46-yard line. Jumping on that football was James Monahan for Shippensburg. It bounced off his chest, and he wisely fell right on the ball. So Shippensburg will start with good field position here at their own 46-yard line. 5:14 left to go in this first quarter.
So Gelsinger just kicked a field goal, then he has to squib kick to get the kickoff. I don't quite understand that.
Trying to keep it away from Torres?
I guess.
Sure. Carter Van Syok has the back set in an eye. He tosses the football to Adam Hauser, who's looking for blockers, and Hauser is going to be hit as he gets to the line of scrimmage by a couple of Blue Devils, led in there by Paul Flan. No gain on the play, but the Shippensburg running back, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. Gustafson goes wide to the far side. Freidinger to the near. Backs are split this time. Van Syok under center with the takeaway. 2-step drop, throws to the far sideline and completes it to Nick Gustafson. Across midfield and down to the 49-yard line. Little hitch pattern to the far side of the formation will pick up 5 yards, and it'll be 3rd down and 5. Ethan Hildebrand on the coverage and makes the tackle for the Blue Devils. Quick moving first quarter. Blue Devils lead at 3-0 on a 29-yard field goal. This time running room to the near side of the formation. Backs are split. So Josh Connor on the wing to the near side. Van Syok rolls to the near side, steps and throws and completes it to Adam Hauser. And Adam Hauser will cross the 45 and step out of bounds. Close to 1st down yardage for Shippensburg. In fact, that will be a 1st down for Shippensburg and Adam Hauser at the 43-yard line of Greencastle. Eberly on the stop out of bounds, and the Hounds on the move in Greencastle territory.
There was that Hauser speed in action as he took that little swing pass and went around the right side and just barely went by the defender.
Gustafson wide to the far, Freidinger to the near. Torres and Hauser are split. And the handoff to Philip Torres, who bounces into the left side of the line and will get maybe 3 yards down to the 40. We'll see where he mark his forward progress. Actually, it's going to be the 41, so he'll pick up 2. Micah Miller making the stop. 2nd down and 8 for Shippensburg. 3:30 left to go in a fast-moving first quarter. Good running room to the far side. Gustafson with a short count, hands it to Hauser. Hauser spins across the 40 and is dropped at the 37-yard line by Eberly. Make it 3rd down and 5 for Shippensburg. Key 3rd down play early in this ballgame for the Hounds, Rob.
Yeah, and obviously in 2-down territory here, the way Coach Faust thinks.
2 wide receivers set. Connor is winged to the far side. Van Sock with his back split. 2-step drop, throws and completes it to Gustafson up the far side, but Gustafson's going to be dropped, I believe. Nope, right at the 1st down marker, and that's going to move the chains for the Greyhounds just shy of the 30-yard line. Hildebrand on the stop. He spun Gustafson to the turf, but just enough for the 1st down for Shippensburg. Running room to the far side of the formations as the Hounds move left to right. Inside handoff to Hauser, who tries to come up to the near edge, and he is dropped at the line of scrimmage on a nice tackle by Eberle, who's been all over the football field defensively for Greencastle early on here. No gain in the play, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it was number 8 on number 8, and Eberle just stood his ground and made a nice stop on Hauser.
Hauser and Torres will split behind Carter Van Syok. The takeaway by Van Syok. He steps and throws down the middle of the football field looking for Kane Freidinger, but overthrows him at the 10-yard line. Nice coverage by Cade Marshall for Greencastle. Pass is incomplete, and it's 3rd down and 10.
Van Syok really threw into double coverage. There was another Greencastle defender down there, but fortunately the ball fell incomplete.
Senior quarterback recognized before the ball game tonight for his career pass yardage. Van Syok, 2-step drop, throws to the near sideline and completes it to Kane Freidinger, who's bumped out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. It's going to be short of the 1st down by Eberle. 9-yard pickup, and the pass play makes it 4th down and 1.
It's a nice play by Van Syok as Eberle had to come across the field to get to where he was supposed to be defensively, and he saw that and made a quick toss out to Freidinger.
See if the Hounds can convert here on 4th down at the Greencastle 21. And Syok hands it to Philip Torres, and Torres slides off of left tackle, and that'll move the chains at the 20-yard line. Stop made in there by Micah Miller. But the Hounds keep the ball and move the football down to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10.
I think that last set of downs there, Scott, a couple short passes, got the 1st down and some nice running in between.
Freidinger to the near. Gustafson to the far. I formation behind Gustafson this time. Adam Hauser dots the I, and the toss goes to Hauser, who turns it up the near side, gets the ball down to about the 17-yard line. Hayden Rowe on the tackle. Picks up 3 yards in the play, 2nd down and 7. 1 minute, 5 seconds left to go in the quarter. Greencastle leading at 3-0, but the Hounds are on the move here. This drive started at their own 46. They've taken it down to the Greencastle 17. Van Syok tosses the ball to Hauser. Hauser looking for blocking up the far sideline, and he is cut down before he can turn up that far edge. Nice tackle made in there by Cade Marshall for Greencastle.
Yeah, Marshall saved the first down and maybe a touchdown there as he flew in and tripped up Hauser. As he had some blockers in front of him, Philip Torres, but still a nice run for a gain of 4.
Hauser's progress gets him down to the 14-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and 4. This is Torres with the football. Torres trying to turn up the far near side, and he is upended behind the line of scrimmage by Cade Marshall. They're going to lose a little bit on that play, as we're down under 5 seconds left to go in the quarter. And we're going to end the first quarter with the Greencastle Blue Devils leading the Shippensburg Greyhounds by a score of 3-0.
Every day, the Shippensburg News Chronicle makes it their business to cover local news. From breaking news to features, from local government to sports, the News Chronicle lives and breathes Shippensburg. In today's fast-paced world, there are many ways to stay informed and connected with the News Chronicle. The print edition, the online website subscription, or the easy-to-read e-edition. To subscribe and select what fits your lifestyle, visit shipnc.com. Since 1844, the News Chronicle has been reporting on the people and the news of the Shippensburg area. Keep in touch today at shipnc.com.
Quick-moving first quarter, only score on a 29-yard field goal by the Greencastle Blue Devils' Ian Gelsinger. And we're going to switch ends of the field with Shippensburg driving here to start the second quarter. My cousin and partner, Rob Ebersol.
Thank you, Scott. And the Greyhounds facing a 4th down and 5 as they try to keep this drive alive. Ball marked about the 14-yard line. So the referee is getting everybody set. There's the whistle. So 4th down. Van Syok from the gun with the 2 running backs flanked between him. Van Syok in the middle of the field, and there's Ethan Stauffer. And that is going to be a 1st down and goal to go inside the 4-yard line. Nice pass by Van Syok. And I think that was Micah Miller on the stop and Cody Wyckoff, but there's that pass to the middle of the field. That's where Stauffer catches about every single one.
Boy, a lot of key catches by Stauffer right in that position all season long for the Hounds.
So 1st down and goal to goal. Hauser cuts back in the middle of the field, and Hauser falls forward into the end zone. And Shippensburg takes the lead at 6-3 just starting here in the second quarter.
Great 4th down conversion by Shippensburg that gave them the 1st and goal, and Adam Hauser does what he does best, picking up another touchdown for the Shippensburg offense.
And Eddie Ocker is going to point after. Holding is Van Syok. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 11:32 remaining until half. It's 7-3 Greyhounds.
For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg is the place. Delicious breakfast selections, and for lunch and dinner, create your own sandwiches, hoagies, wraps, or salads. 3 hot soups as well as a hot meal special are available every day. Plus, Kathy's fresh baked goods and delicious dessert specials are the best. Voted #1 since 2004. Enjoy wonderful hometown atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service at Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg. Your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner should be at Kathy's Deli.
15-play, 54-yard scoring drive, and Hauser with the 4-yard run, and then an Ocker extra point, and it's 7-3 Greyhounds.
Well executed by the Shippensburg Greyhounds, Rob. They really mixed it up well on that drive, and were able to convert on a key 4th down and a couple of 3rd down situations that kept that drive alive.
A nice catch by Stauffer. So these Austin Kane back, along with Cade Marshall. And Sterling Shetter will be the kickoff person for the Greyhounds. Short end over end kick, and it's fumbled and picked up by Ezolt. Ezolt is being wrapped up by Nick Welts, and he's going to lose some yardage. A nice tackle, open field tackle, and Greencastle will start inside their 20-yard line.
Welts had built up ahead of steam, and he wasn't going to let him go anywhere. Nice open field stop.
Yeah, Ezolt kind of bobbled the football, and by the time he recovered, Welts is all over him. So 1st and 10, ball resting just outside the 20. Kay McDowell, the senior quarterback, has Eberle in the backfield. One receiver to the near side. And this is Eberle over the left side, and Eberle is going to get stacked at the line of scrimmage, and he may have even lost a yard. See where they mark the ball. Kramer on the stop for the Greyhounds. And it'll be a loss of 1, 2nd down and 11. James Monahan in on the stop also. Or 2nd down and 9, excuse me.
Oh, Shippensburg defensive line just swarming after the football on that play.
Under center, McDowell. And inside handoff to the fullback, Pierce Griffith. Nicholas Welts, another tackle for the Greyhounds, but a nice inside handoff to the fullback. In a good game, it'll be 3rd down and about 4.
Yeah, Blue Devils trying a little bit of razzle-dazzle behind the line of scrimmage.
So 3rd down and short. And it's Griffith and Eberle. And Eberle goes over the left side, and he's going to be denied the 1st down as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Ethan Stauffer in on the stop. So that'll force the Greencastle team to punt it away on 4th down.
Nice defensive job by Shippensburg. They really went after the ball that time.
Yeah, Eberle has been able to run the ball here, especially in the first quarter. But that drive, Shippensburg did a good job containing him. And now Adam Hauser now back deep. Gelsinger with the
nice
punt.
Punt.
Ball hits at the 40, 35, and Hauser will let it roll, and it's down at the 34-yard line. And that's where the Greyhounds will start 1st and 10.
Yeah, really aggressive defense on that last series for Shippensburg. Is
Yeah,
that how they played last week?
Well, yeah. Mifflin County didn't have a 1st down, though, the 4th quarter, JD? You know, it was just they scored because of some penalties and stuff on Shippensburg. But, yeah, they played a very good defensive game against Mifflin County. Torres and Hauser are split behind Van Syok, and Torres, over the right side, and a good gain on 1st down. Shear makes a stop, but Torres is going to gain about 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 1.
You know, the Hounds did a great job on the offensive line to open a hole for Torres to run through, pick up those 9 quick yards.
Same lineup, and this is Torres again. He fights forward. Let's see, it's going to be awful close to the 1st down, and they're going to move the chain, so it's a 1st down for Philip Torres and the Greyhounds. Rowe on the stop for Greencastle. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 45. Gustafson to the near side, and Freidinger to the far side. Kolb in the game. The pass is Van Syok to the far side, intended for Freidinger. Incomplete pass. That was Hildebrand on the coverage. Nice coverage by Hildebrand, and the ball falls incomplete.
Step-by-step coverage, and just thrown over the right shoulder of Freidinger, just past his outstretched arms and incomplete.
Clock stop 8:52. Remaining in the 1st half. Homecoming night for Shippensburg. Hauser now split to the far side. And Carter from the shotgun. Rolls left. Has some time. Flips it out to
Nice touch.
Gustafson inside Greencastle territory. He's going to be short of the first down. Eberly makes sure of that. But a nice catch by Gustafson. It'll bring down a 3rd and about 2 for Shippensburg.
Oh, he does that so well, Rob. He rolls to that side of the formation and just a little bit of touch over the defender. Outstretched arms to be able to make the completion.
So in the ball game now for Shippensburg is Josh Connor, and the first down run, or I'm sorry, a penalty offsides, and that's going to give Shippensburg the first down. So Greencastle makes that easy to pick up that first down, and Shippensburg will have it 1st and 10 at the Blue Devils 42. Van Syok from the gun. Melendez in the ball game. He's split to the far side, and Carter rolls right, stops, throws down the sidelines, and that's Melendez. Nice catch, and that's going to be another first down for Shippensburg. Hildebrand on the coverage, but nice throw by Carter and a first down throw inside the Greencastle 30-yard line.
I'll tell you what, the Shippensburg receiver did a number on Hildebrand. He stopped and turned back upfield, and Hildebrand just kept right on running, and he was an open target for Carter Van Syok and picking up the first down.
So look, that might be Melendez's first catch of the year. We'll have to check. So Hauser's going to be split out to the far side. 3 receivers to the near side, including Melendez again. Under center is Carter. Back to pass. Throws down the right side of the field, intended for Freidinger. Incomplete pass. Good coverage by Hildebrand. He's played a good defensive game so far for the Blue Devils. Incomplete pass, 2nd down 10.
Well, those two weren't taking it arm to arm and hand to hand down the near sideline. No yellow flag. Good coverage.
Josh Connor back in the game, and Melendez will sit down. Hauser and Torres behind the quarterback. 2nd down 10. This is Torres over the left side, and Torres gets tripped up, falls forward for about 3 yards. That was Cade Marshall on the tackle, and it'll be 3rd down and call it 7.
You know, Shippensburg really being able to convert at will, except for their first possession here tonight on 3rd down. See what they come up with in the playbook here on 3rd down and 7.
So Melendez is back in the ball game. He's split out to the far side, Hauser to the near side, and Torres a lone setback. Van Syok under pressure, rolling around, and he's still on his feet. 30, 20, out of bounds about the 17-yard line, and a penalty, and that's probably going to be against Shippensburg. It's going to be enough for the first down, but there's going to be a penalty, I believe, on Adam Hauser. Doesn't look like there was any contact at all. So let's see.
Well, there was more than one penalty marker on the play, though. So it is Friday the 13th, you know.
That's true. Thank you for reminding me. So
wow.
The ball will be marked back to the 29-yard line. And it'll be 3rd down and 10. So Carter had enough for the first down, but it'll be a spot foul, and it's 3rd down and 10. Now they're moving it back a little bit further to the 34-yard line. So now it's
that's the 15-yard walk-off that it should be.
3rd down and long for the Greyhounds. Carter being pressured, throws down the middle of the field. Adam Hauser just off the tips of his fingers, incomplete. Almost enough for the touchdown. Antoine Carter on the coverage. It'll be 4th down, just a half a yard. Would have been a nice catch.
Yeah, nice description, Rob. Tell you what, Hauser had Carter beat, but they just could not make the connection.
So the Greyhounds will go for it here on 4th and long, excuse me. 4 wide receivers in the pattern, and Van Syok from the gun, back to pass, has time, throws down the far side of the field, intended for Freidinger, incomplete pass and a late penalty flag, and that's going to be pass interference on Greencastle. I believe that's Hildebrand, or is it Eberly? Was it Hildebrand?
Mm-hmm.
So that is going to be enough for the first down.
And going to be close. Oh, it's hold.
So let's see where they.
Going to be darn close, let me tell you.
Well, they're going to mark it off, I guess, and see where. It's going to be really close. Nope. 10-yard penalty. Ball marked at the 24-yard line, so 4th down and about 4. So a break for Shippensburg. 4th down now. Shippensburg leading 7-3. Van Syok being pressured, throws it quickly to Adam Hauser, and he makes
what
it.
A catch.
Went up in the air and brought it down, and Hauser has enough for the first down, and a great reception by the junior running back. Wow. So that moves the chain, and Shippensburg in business at the Greencastle 14. Carter on the coverage for the Blue Devils. Clock running under 7 minutes till halftime. And from the gun again is Carter, and hands it off to Torres. Torres, middle of the field, and doesn't go too far. Remsburg on the stop for the Greencastle Blue Devils. Gain of 1, 2nd down and 9.
Shippensburg eating up a lot of clock here on this possession, Rob. Doing a nice job, making some great conversions on 3rd and 4th down to keep the drive alive.
Need to get into the end zone here. Under center is Carter Van Syok. Backs are split, and a fake to Torres. And Van Syok tries to throw the ball into the corner of the end zone to Cade Freidinger. Incomplete pass. Carter on the coverage for Greencastle. That ball was thrown a little bit too far for Freidinger, so it's 3rd down and 9.
And Freidinger turned to the inside, Rob, and the pass was thrown to the outside in that far corner of the end zone.
So we'll try it again here on 3rd down and 9. Hauser will be one of the receivers to the far side. The 3 receivers to the near side. Van Syok rolls left, has some time, flips it over there to Gustafson inside the 10, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. Ball was there, but Gustafson couldn't come down with it. Marshall on the coverage for Greencastle, and it's 4th down and 9 now for Shippensburg.
3 receivers in the pattern, Rob, and he threw underneath to Gustafson. A little low, and Gustafson could not pick it up off the shoe tops. So it fell incomplete, and here's another 4th down for Shippensburg.
So Hauser will split out to the far side once again. One-on-one coverage over there. Carter rolls left, now flips the ball back to Torres. Torres looking for some blocks inside the 5. Philip Torres into the corner of the end zone. No signal, but that should be enough for the first down and goal to goal. And that's a nice play, a screen play. Yeah. Van Syok to Torres.
Yeah, he had everybody coming to the near side and then rolled back to the far side and tossed it to Torres.
Quarterback keeper is Van Syok, gets everybody up to the line quickly, and he scores. So Carter Van Syok, a 1-yard run, and Shippensburg increases their lead to 13-3.
Well, at least 3 key 4th down conversions on that drive for Shippensburg.
And that was a nice play. The play before to Torres sets up the short run. Eddie Walker will try the extra point. Good snap. Kick is up. Kick is no good.
Now
5.
there's a whistle.
Nope.
Let's see.
Oh, I think it was player.
Okay.
5:43 remaining here in the second quarter. It's 13-3 Shippensburg.
Premier Events West Orange Street in Shippensburg is the place to go for excellent upscale food and service in the Shippensburg area. Premier Events is a premier banquet and special events facility that offers catering for all occasions in their beautiful chandelier-lit banquet room. All their delicious food is freshly prepared and can be served on or off-site at your chosen location. Call them today at 532-2279 to book your party and let your next event be a premier event.
Long scoring drive by the Greyhounds. 14 plays, 65 yards. Van Syok with the 1-yard run. 13-3 Greyhounds. So the Blue Devils, all 3 timeouts they still have, and it's Marshall back deep, along with Kane, Austin Kane. And Sterling Shetter will kick it off for the Greyhounds. There's a high, and there's a whistle, penalty flag. Going to be Shippensburg offsides, I'd imagine. Yep.
No, we were offside.
Offsides, okay, yep. So that will move it back to the 35-yard line. Don't see that.
No, you don't see that called very often at all.
In any level. So the ball will be marked back to the 35. Kane and Marshall will move up 5 yards, and they're standing at their own 24-yard line. Cheddar has not been kicking the ball deep, and better kick that time. And the ball rolls about the 20, and Kane picks it up. Still on his feet, 20-25 over the 30-yard line. So a nice return by Austin Kane. Sterling Shetter making the stop. Greencastle will set up shop 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
5:39 left to go in the quarter. Hounds scored in their last 2 possessions. Really dominated in that last possession, picking up, as I said, at least 3 4th-down conversions to keep the drive alive.
14 plays. So Greencastle breaks the huddle. Levi Mentzer splits to the far side. Backs are split behind McDowell. McDowell hands off to Eberle. Eberle over the right tackle, and Ethan Stauffer stacks him up and pushes him back. Maybe a yard gain. Let's see where the ball is marked, but another defensive play. A nice play by Ethan Stauffer.
Yeah, he was right there from his linebacker position. Did a great job of wrapping up the Greencastle running back for just a 2-yard gain.
Stauffer 6'5", 205. And Eberle did a good job getting 2 yards.
And he's well put together for a young man. Solid.
2nd down for the Blue Devils. McDowell from the gun. And he hands the ball off to Eberle again. And this time, Christian Bortz and Colby Tracy right there. And that is going to be no gain and maybe a yard loss. So back-to-back good defensive plays from Shippensburg.
Well, Shippensburg defense has been extremely aggressive tonight. Really swarming toward the football. These linebackers have really picked it up since I've seen them 2 weeks ago.
3rd down and 9. Stop them here, and Shippensburg will have plenty of time to maybe put more points on the board. The gun. McDowell hands it off to Eberle. Eberle.
Oh, nice block. Look
secondary,
out.
50, 40. Adam Hauser's there, and he brought down behind by Austin Kozer. And that was a nice quick hit by Eberly, broke into the secondary and almost went the whole way, but a nice tackle by Kozer.
Yeah, nice, superb blocking up front. Lots of blockers out in front for Eberly as well.
Eberly
nice run.
Been really contained here in the second quarter. At that time, he showed some speed and some strength and a big run to the Shippensburg 31. 3 receivers for Greencastle. And this is McDowell. He's going to run it over the left side. Ethan Stauffer grabs him from behind. And it's going to be a gain of 8. It'll be 7, second down and 3. So McDowell has run the ball a decent amount of time, as he's run 185 yards and 35 carries, and that was a good gain on first down. Down to 3 minutes here in the first half. Now from the shotgun. Back to pass, has time, pump fakes, and he's going to get hit from behind by a Shippensburg defender as McDowell ran out of time. Good coverage by the Shippensburg secondary. Colby Tracy on the stop. Loss on the play, so it'll be 3rd down and 5 now.
Yeah, 4-yard loss. Nice pursuit again by the Shippensburg D.
McDowell had plenty of time, but then that time went away, and it's 3rd down and 5.
Credit the Shippensburg secondary because he had nobody to throw to.
McDowell from the gun. Back to pass. Looks down the middle of the field. It's going to be caught, I believe. No, incomplete pass intended for Jared Mumma. So it'll be 4th down now for the Blue Devils. Nick Welts on the coverage for Shippensburg. Clock stop, 2:05 remaining. Let's see what Greencastle has up their sleeve here on this 4th down and 5 play. Again, Shippensburg, all 3 timeouts. So if they can stop them here, and now Greencastle is going to have to call a timeout. We'll be back.
Advantage ChemDry understands that your pets are an important part of your family, but what happens when they cause messes? We have a revolutionary pet urine removal treatment that's specially formulated to eliminate urine odors. We offer full evaluations, including treating your subfloor, carpet, padding, and new flooring replacement. Stop being embarrassed by your pet's accidents and call me, Ashley, at 717-532-8676 or visit us online at AdvantageChemDry.com. Get $20 off your pet urine removal treatment.
So the Blue Devils take their first time out of the half. They were looking to the sideline to try to get the play brought in, but couldn't make that happen. So everybody's ready again here for the 4th and 5. Eberly in the backfield with Cade McDowell. Big 4th down. Rolling right is McDowell. Welts is chasing him, stiff-armed, and Welts is going to throw incomplete, and Welts made him hurry that throw, and I'm not sure if McDowell could have not run for the first down, but ball falls incomplete, and Shippensburg turns it over, and they'll have it 1st and 10.
Yeah, once again, great aggressiveness from the Shippensburg defense, forcing McDowell to throw the ball before he needed to, but I think you're right, Rob. He could have run for that first down.
So let's see what Shippensburg can do here. 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. Hauser and Torres are split behind Carter Van Syok. And this is Hauser. Hauser breaks a couple of tackles up to the 29-yard line before Ethan Klopper on the stop. So they'll give him 3, 2nd down and 7.
Really good first half of football, partner.
Yeah. Hauser split to the near side on second down. And he's looking for him, and Hauser makes
a
catch. A great catch. Carter on the tackle, but Van Sock threw it up there, and Hauser brought it down, and it's 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, Hauser went up for that pass over Carter, able to pull it down, made a nice circus catch.
Hauser to the far side now. Throw the slant pass, and it hit Hauser right in the number, but he couldn't come down with it. Incomplete, and Carter again on the coverage. Clock stops, 1:19 remaining.
Great coverage by Carter, step for step on Hauser that time. Batted the football away.
Antoine Carter, a junior, 6'1", 155, has played a really good first half, and Shippensburg's going to call a timeout. We'll be back.
Your complete quality satisfaction is unconditionally guaranteed. That's the backbone that New Life Painting of Shippensburg has built their business on since 1998. New Life Painting has been providing Central Pennsylvania residential and commercial painting at its best. Keith and Chris Carroll welcome the opportunity to discuss your next painting project with a free on-the-spot estimate, and your satisfaction is the center of their quality work. Give them a call at 423-5577, and you'll soon learn what satisfaction and guaranteed is all about.
So both teams with 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half. Only a minute 19 to go. It's 13-3 Greyhounds trying to win their 5th ball game of the year. And we'll be right back here next week as Northern comes to town. Pre-game coverage 6:45 on SC Sportsnet. So 2nd down and 10 for the Greyhounds, and Van Sock from the shotgun this time. Back to pass, and he rolls right, has some time, throws downfield, and it is intended for 13 Melendez. A little bit too far, coverage by Shear, and it'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Greyhounds, just a little bit overthrown. Took 6 seconds off the clock. Gustafson is to the far side, along with Freidinger. Hauser split that way too. Van Sock under pressure, and he's going to go down. Number 56, Ethan Klopper, as Van Sock couldn't find anybody open, and he's sacked back inside his own 35-yard line. That's going to be 4th down and long, and they're going to punt it away. Clock running with 50 seconds remaining here in the half.
Well, Greencastle has shown a little bit of pressure tonight, but that's the first time they've been able to get to Van Syhawk.
So Eddie Ocker back to punt it away. Clock still running, and I think they're going to let the clock run down and call a timeout as Ocker's looking over to the sidelines, and Coach Faust does call a timeout with 28 seconds, and we'll keep it right here, 13-3 Greyhounds. So we have Greencastle here tonight, Northern, and a big game at West Perry's. They're playing pretty good football, and then the end of the regular season on November 3rd against Big Spring, Battle of the Little Brown Jug. 4th down and 20, and Shippensburg with 1 timeout remaining. Greencastle.
Rather subdued homecoming
Yeah.
crowd here tonight, Rob.
Yeah, it is. Not a lot of noise. Good crowd. So Ocker now will punt it away. Marshall is back. High snap, and it's almost blocked. Marshall lets it bounce, and it's a nice bounce for Shippensburg inside the 25-yard line to the 24. I'm not sure how that punt wasn't blocked, as there was a couple of Greencastle players in the backfield, but Ocker got it off, and a nice boot to boot. 24-yard line, as I mentioned. So Greencastle with 2 timeouts and 18.2 seconds. see if Coach Taninis is content to just go to the locker room here down by 10. Under center is McDowell. He'll take a knee. So we played 2 quarters here tonight at Veterans Stadium, and Shippensburg Greyhounds looking for their 5th win of the season. They lead at 13-3. We'll be back.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Every day, the Shippensburg News Chronicle makes it their business to cover local news. From breaking news to features, from local government to sports, the News Chronicle lives and breathes Shippensburg. In today's fast-paced world, there are many ways to stay informed and connected with the News Chronicle. The print edition, the online website subscription, or the easy-to-read e-edition. To subscribe and select what fits your lifestyle, visit shipnc.com. Since 1844, the News Chronicle has been reporting on the people and the news of the Shippensburg area. Keep in touch today at shipnc.com.
And it's halftime on homecoming. Shippensburg's Veterans Stadium, Memorial Park, as the Greyhounds lead the Blue Devils by a score of 13-3. And a real entertaining first half of play, partner.
Yeah, it was a pretty well-played game by both teams as Greencastle started out the scoring at the 5:16 mark of the first quarter, a 29-yard field goal. And then Shippensburg scoring 13 points in the second half, and some good offensive plays. First one was just at the start of the second quarter at the 11:32 mark. Adam Hauser with a 4-yard run, and the Alker kick made it 7-3. Then Van Syok led a long 14-play, 65-yard scoring drive and scored with 1 yard remaining on the run, and then the extra point was no good, so it's 13-3. But I thought Shippensburg played pretty well. They threw the ball decently, gave Carter some time, and even when they didn't, he was able to roll out and find some receivers. Ethan Stauffer with a big reception in the second quarter. So overall, I thought they did a good job.
Yeah, some key 4th down conversions on that second scoring drive for Shippensburg, but the defense played exceptionally well.
They sure did. And in the first quarter, we mentioned the field goal, and Eberle was running the ball pretty well for Greencastle, as Shippensburg had a hard time stopping. But in the second quarter, they really made some adjustments and did a good job keeping him without too much of a long gains. He did have the one there late in this quarter, but they kept him pretty much in check.
So the halftime ceremonies have begun for the introduction of the homecoming court and eventually the announcement of the homecoming queen for homecoming 2017. 13-3 the score. JD working on the statistics here. We'll have those for you in just a couple of moments. But how about the Teacher of the Week, partner?
This week, Greyhound Nation is proud to announce our Teacher of the Week as Mrs. Minnick. She is SASHS's social studies teacher, student council advisor, and unofficial Facebook reporter on Friday nights. She works tirelessly to organize homecoming, senior nights, prom, and many other student council events throughout the year. She is a friend to all and one of the biggest Greyhound fans in our faculty. Thank you, Mrs. Minnick, for all the time and attention you show our Greyhounds. Keep up the great work, and go Hounds.
Again, we want to remind you that if you folks are interested in contributing to the Bill Wolf Jr. family, there are a couple of different websites, and we would refer you to the article that is on SE Sportsnet to be able to make those contributions. The community really has come together to support Robin and the children and the extended family. And as we look at this crowd tonight, we remember Bill, as his memorial service was held earlier before the football game up at Shippensburg's Memorial Park. 13-3 the score. We'll have the halftime statistics for you when we return.
Timmins Oil Incorporated of Orrstown has been proudly serving the local area for over 35 years with quality fuel oil, diesel fuel, and kerosene products at reasonable prices. The Timmins folks invite you to call now and arrange convenient fuel oil delivery for the upcoming heating season. Call Timmins Oil at 532-3740. That's 532-3740. Or stop in and say hello at 12901 Mountain Road in Orrstown. The Timmins family encourages all drivers to exercise extra caution on the roads now that the kids are back in school. Parents, remember to take the time to become involved in your children's school activities. And this fall and always, save a life. Please don't drink and drive. Remember, for extra convenient fuel oil delivery this winter, call Timmins Oil of Orrstown now at 532-3740. That's Timmins Oil at 532-3740. The Timmins family is proud to be part of our Cumberland and Franklin County communities. And go Greyhounds!
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Halftime here at Shippensburg, SC Sportsnet. Scott Smith, Rob Ebersol, and J.D. Davidson. And your first half thoughts there, my friend.
Well, Greencastle did a good job on the first series of defense against Shippensburg, and same thing in their first series of offense, and were able to get down and get a field goal. Shippensburg adjusted well after that. Figured that, hey, Greencastle's not going to run away from us like some other teams. Made the adjustments, and then defense took over, stopped them, and our offense got rolling with the two long touchdown, not long in yardage, but in plays, 29 plays in the run on the two touchdown drives that the Greyhounds had there in the first half.
Yeah, and I thought they mixed it up, run and pass pretty good, especially the second quarter, and of course that's when they scored all their points. Van Salk had some time, made some nice throws, and the receivers made some nice catches.
Yeah, they had to convert several times on third and fourth down in both of those drives, and got a break on the second touchdown drive when Greencastle held the receiver on the pass route that made the more conversion friendly for Shippensburg, and then they were able to convert, and they turned that into the second touchdown. They lead by 10 here at halftime.
And how about those stats?
Okay, for the visiting Blue Devils, 17 rushes for 87 yards. Eberly 8 for 58, but he broke free for 38 on that last run that they had. McDowell 5 for 16. Passing 1 for 4, 17 yards. 104 yards of total offense for Greencastle, 4 first downs. For Shippensburg, 18 carries for 36 yards. Hauser 7 for 19. Torres 8 for 19. Van Syok 3 for -2. Van Syok passing 10 for 20 for 103 yards. Hauser 4 for 40. Gustafson 3 for 19. Kane 2 for 22. Stauffer 1 for 10. And Torres 1 for 12. The Greyhounds 139 yards of total offense in the first half. The Greyhounds with 10 first downs in the first half. Defensive side of the football, Ethan Stauffer 6 tackles to lead the Greyhound defense. Bortz with 4. And Eddie Walker with 3.
Okay, it's 13-3. Greencastle will get the ball to open things up in the third quarter. Of course, we're waiting for the announcement of the homecoming queen. But Shippensburg, I think, just stays with what they're doing because they, as you mentioned, did a pretty good job offensively in the first half.
Yep. They Greencastle did a good job on defense tackle, and Hauser and Torres had some yardage on certain plays, and then other plays they were able to shut them down and so forth. They when they made the contact, they made the tackles. The Shippensburg's got to figure out a way to, maybe break a few tackles and maybe break a run or two in the second half. Averaging 2 yards a rush isn't great, but for the most part, they were getting positive yardage and they're making it a manageable second down and so forth. And really, the passing game, it was a lot of short passes. There was a few long ones there in the second half, but nothing really, really long, like over 20, 25 yards in the passing game. Everything was under 20.
Yeah, and I think one thing they did a little differently in the second quarter, too, they were running the ball pretty exclusively first and second down, and sometimes with some success, and sometimes it would bring up a third down and fairly long because there wasn't any success. So I think they seem to mix that up a little bit more in the second half.
Yeah, and it depends on depends on your field position too. I mean, if you end up throwing from your own 20-yard line, and you put yourself in the 2nd and 10 there, and then you run the ball and get nothing on second down, make it a 3rd and 10. Then you're flipping the field position and giving the other team the opportunity to get field position. Shippensburg got the advantage; they were able to get out closer to midfield there. Then started mixing up, like you said, passing on first down. And so forth, and we're able to move it down the field and score.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much. It's halftime. It's 13-3 Shippensburg. We'll be back.
For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg is the place. Delicious breakfast selections, and for lunch and dinner, create your own sandwiches, hoagies, wraps, or salads. 3 hot soups as well as a hot meal special are available every day. Plus, Kathy's fresh baked goods and delicious dessert specials are the best. Voted #1 since 2004. Enjoy wonderful hometown atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service at Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg. Your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner should be at Kathy's Deli.
Hey, insurance companies that want to spend a gazillion dollars on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Halftime at Shippensburg High School, Veterans Stadium, Memorial Park, where the Greencastle Blue Devils find themselves at the short end of a 13-3 score from Shippensburg Greyhounds. SC Sportsnet coverage on this week 7. And we take a look at our weekly
Dandy Dozen.
Dandy Dozen.
Well, there's no doubt that the #1 team has remained the same, and that would be Harrisburg, who's now 6-0, and they beat Chambersburg 82-3 last week. And we were talking about this at before the game, before we went on the air, and with the mercy rule, you think that'd be hard to do, but they were telling somebody told us that they were going for 2 points almost every time after the touchdown. That's a little adding insult to injury, but the Cougars are definitely a great team, and a team that is undefeated and ranked #1 in the state in 5A and for Pennsylvania. #2, Berks Catholic. They are just rolling right along. They won 76-0 last week. They're 6-0 in #2. Manheim Central 6-0, and they are third. Cumberland Valley at 5-1. They had a big game as they beat State College last week, so they moved up to #4. Then State College right behind them at #5. Central Dauphin East at #6. Central Dauphin at #7. And East playing very good ball as they just beat Central Dauphin. #8 Middletown, who is having another great year. They are 6-0 also. Calico at #9 at 5-1. Governor Mifflin at 5-1. Manheim Township, 5-1, and the Bishop McDevitt Crusaders rounding out the Dandy Dozen at 4-2 and #12.
And as we mentioned, the first District 3 rankings came out on Saturday morning, and Shippensburg found themselves at #3.
Yeah, and I have the list here somewhere under all this stack of papers. Berks Catholic at #1, Lampeter Stroudsburg 2, Shippensburg 3, McDevitt 4, Northern Lebanon, East Pennsboro, Susquehanna Township, Susquehannock, Conrad Weiser, Gettysburg, Big Spring, Milton Hershey, West Perry, Kennerdale, North York, Donegal, and Greencastle. So that's the top 21. I wanted to go to 21 because Greencastle still has a shot. So, yeah, Shippensburg, they beat two of the 6A teams so far, and that certainly helps that ranking. That's part of the way this formula is made up, and that certainly helps them. And, hey, they do well. And when these last four partner, you never know what will happen.
That's exactly right. Surprisingly, but Shippensburg taking advantage of the system, I think, with those two big wins of those 6A schools. And that's huge, the way the rankings are weighted. So that's been – so the Waynesboro loss really has not hurt them at all as far as the District 3 rankings so far. Other games tonight in the Colonial Division, West Perry is hosting James Buchanan. Waynesboro plays at Big Spring, and Mifflin County being hosted by Northern. Those are the games in the Colonial Division tonight. Cumberland Valley at Carlisle and CD East at State College. That could be a good ball game right there in the Commonwealth Division. Over in the Capital side, Milton Hershey down at Boiling Springs, Trinity at East Pennsboro, and Palmyra plays at Steele High.
A couple of scores here. Cumberland Valley leading Carlisle 23-0. East Pennsboro beating Trinity 19-13. Nothing on the Colonial Division. Cedar Cliff beating Chambersburg 7-0. So we'll keep you posted if we find some other scores here as the night progresses.
So our homecoming ceremonies continue. The introduction of the homecoming court taking place here at Veterans Stadium. When we return, very special announcement on SE Sportsnet.
Your complete quality satisfaction is unconditionally guaranteed. That's the backbone that New Life Painting of Shippensburg has built their business on since 1998. New Life Painting has been providing Central Pennsylvania residential and commercial painting at its best. Keith and Chris Carroll welcome the opportunity to discuss your next painting project with a free on-the-spot estimate, and your satisfaction is the center of their quality work. Give them a call at 423-5577, and you'll soon learn what satisfaction and guaranteed is all about.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Back at halftime at Shippensburg's Veterans Stadium, where the Greyhounds lead the Blue Devils by a score of 13-3, and partner, the homecoming queen for 2017 is...
Well, as closely as I can pronounce it, Yvonne Giannini. Congratulations to Yvonne.
Sounds...
Did I do all right?
I think you did an exceptional job.
Why, thank you.
So congratulations to Yvonne, the 2017 homecoming queen. Well, partner... we've been doing this together for a long time. We don't remember how many years, 12, 13 or so. We formed SE Sportsnet back 6 years ago. This is our 6th season, and this is my 51st season behind the microphone in some capacity or another. And we've done a lot of talking over the summertime and a lot of discussion in regard to the future of where we're going and what we're doing, and we kind of have made a joint decision that this is going to be the last of our football coverage on SE Sportsnet.
Yeah, it's not a very easy decision at all. We will continue with all the football coverage until they are eliminated, and then we will try to do some basketball. And we have vowed to do, because Scott and I always enjoyed doing baseball together, and we haven't done that forever. So we're going to do one baseball game sometime in the spring to be our last broadcast. But a lot of things that we're wanting to do, and as much as we enjoy doing this, and I enjoy it more than people can imagine, especially with Scott, it's been a partnership that's pretty cool. And but there's a lot of things we want to do, and it takes a lot of work, a lot of effort. It's at least 10 weeks and sometimes more, and so we want to maybe spend some time doing some things in the fall that we can't do whenever we have to broadcast. So we appreciate everybody's help. Your kids, Chad and Mark, and Janelle, and all the work that they've done to get this stuff produced, to our buddy J.D. Davidson, who is the best statistician I've ever been involved with. And but it's just time, and just want to say thank you to everybody.
Yeah, we sure do. The sponsors that have made this possible over the last 6 years, we could not have done this without the support of the community stepping up and giving us the financial support to be able to do this. It has been a labor of love, no doubt about it. Rob and I truly enjoy doing this. We look forward to it as the summer comes along and each and every Friday night. But particularly to you folks that have listened to us, that have followed us. Again, last year in the district championship game, the number of people that tuned into that broadcast just blew us away. So I know some people are going to be saying, we're going to miss you, and how we're going to follow Greyhound sports, and we are very sorry for that. But we are very appreciative. You have made us and allowed us to do what we do, enjoy what we do each and every Friday night in the basketball games. Because you tune in and you have given us the support and the encouragement. So thank you to one and all, and to our sponsors who have been so supportive over the last 6 years with SE Sportsnet. So both teams back out on the field, and we're about ready here for third quarter action from Shippensburg's Memorial Park, Veterans Stadium, with the Hounds leading at 13-3.
Got Houston and the Yankees starting tonight, and I see no score in the first inning. That should be an interesting series.
I think both will be very interesting, quite honestly.
Yep, I think you're right.
Can't say I was at all disappointed in that game last night, though. That was.
Well, being Phillies fans as we are, we cannot root for those Washington Nationals.
No, and you know I'm not a Bryce Harper fan, and to see him strike out in the final out of the.
All righty, quarter number 3.
A lot of pleasure. I woke my wife up at 1 o'clock when I yelled from the bed. Yeah.
All righty, so quarter number 3, Shippensburg 13-3. They'll kick it off. It is Sterling Shetter, and back deep for Greencastle is Noah Azalt and Cade Marshall. So, let's see if this Shippensburg defense can get things started on the right track here in the third quarter. Up man is Azalt, and Azalt fights forward to the 34-yard line before he's brought down. That was Rhodes on the stop for the Greyhounds, but Blue Devils will have decent starting field position at their own 34-yard line.
Greencastle moved the ball in the first half. They just weren't able to do anything but put 3 on the board. Shippensburg defense was just superior in the first half.
So let's see what Cade McDowell, the senior quarterback, can do here for the Blue Devils. We start the first offensive series of the second half. Backs are split, and McDowell under center. Fake to Eberly, and now McDowell over the left side, and he's going to fight forward. Breaks a tackle by Nicholas Welts and ends up with a good gain, about 6-yard gain for Long brings him down. Ball resting at the 40-yard line. It'll be second down and 4.
Shippensburg's going to have to continue their aggressive nature on the D side of the ball.
So Cade Marshall is split to the near side. Backs are split again behind McDowell. And this is the fullback. That is Azalt, and he gets maybe a yard for Ethan Stauffer, brings him down. So it'll be a third down and 3 for the Blue Devils.
That linebacking core of Ocker, Stauffer, Long, Kunkelman, and Welts done just a great job here in this ball game tonight. And Rob, you mentioned last week they really started to mature.
So 3rd down for the Blue Devils. In motion is Marshall. And this is Shear. Bradley Shear falls forward, but he's going to be short, and a late flag. Shear brought down by Zach Hutchison. Did you see that penalty, partner?
I certainly did not. Came from the line judge on this side of the field. It looks like it's against Shippensburg. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Shippensburg. Wow.
I did see some pushing and shoving. I didn't really notice the numbers involved, but the penalty called on the Greyhounds, and they had the Blue Devils stopped, and they wouldn't have to punt it away, but the penalty will give a 1st down at the 42-yard line of the Greyhounds. So
flag through after the whistle, actually.
Yep, sure was. So let's see if doesn't hurt the Greyhounds here. 1st down call. McDowell. And this is Eberle over the right side. Eberle trips and stumbles forward over the 40 to about the 38-yard line. Give him 2. 2nd down and 8 for Greencastle. 2 minutes in here in the 3rd quarter. Kate Frodinger reporting in. This is Levi Menser to the near side. In motion is Marshall. And this is Eberle. Eberle looking for some blocking. He falls forward for a gain of about 3. Eddie Ocker there along with Bortz. Gain of a couple. 3rd down and 5 for Greencastle. So another big 3rd down here for the Shippensburg defense. Jared Mumma split to the far side and Marshall to the near side. Back McDowell. McDowell is going to try to throw the ball, and he decides to run for it. He's going to be close to the 1st down.
I don't think they're going to give him the forward progress to move the chains, Rob.
Nope, he's going to be short a yard. So it'll be 4th down and 1. As McDowell looked like he was going to throw the ball, and then he tucked it under and ran. And it's 4th down and 1. So Wesley Medina, the big guy, the 5'8", 240 fullback is in, and I'd bet you a quarter, partner, that he gets the ball. What do you think?
Oh, okay, I'll take that.
McDowell under center, and there's Mumma, and Mumma gets the 1st down. So Medina Jr. gets the 1st down at the 30-yard line.
Greencastle taking the second half kickoff and moving the ball down to the Shippensburg 30-yard line, taking advantage of a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct call.
So 1st down, 8:13 remaining in the 3rd. And this is Eberle. Eberle falls forward for a gain of about 3. Ethan Stauffer on the stop. 2nd down for the Blue Devils. Ball marked at the 27-yard line of Shippensburg. 13-3 Greyhounds. Antoine Carter split to the far side, and Eberle and Shear behind the quarterback. Eberle in motion. He gets the ball. And a holding out there, and no call, and that was about as blatant of a hold as you could find. Short gain. Austin Kozer makes a tackle, but I'm telling you.
I thought maybe he was taking the ball player to the homecoming dance.
Yeah, that's a good point. Third down and 6. Was that a waltz? And Eberle then a handoff to McDowell. It was a nice inside handoff the quarterback to the running back to Marshall, and it'll be short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and about 2. Nice call on 3rd down.
Yeah, nice little counter inside to Marshall that time, and was set up in the wing position, and offensive line opened up a nice hole for him to run through.
So Cade Marshall split to the far side, 4th down and short. And Medina is back in, and Medina, no, it's a quarterback keeper. It's going to be close. Boy. I think they stopped him, but let's see where the ball is marked. And I think he is short of the first down. A good 4th down stop by the Shippensburg Greyhound defense.
Yeah, Shippensburg had it really stacked up really nicely at the line of scrimmage that time. Prevented McDowell from picking up the first down.
So they brought the big guy in, Medina, but the quarterback keeper. And the ball's turned over on downs. So Shippensburg with a big defensive penalty called against them, and it doesn't come back to hurt them. And Syok under center, Hauser in motion, ball's on the ground, and it looks like Torres falls on it. No, they're going to call recovered by Greencastle.
Really?
Looks like Cody Wyckoff came up with the football, but man,
there wasn't even a white shirt around the ball, was there?
It looked to me like Torres fell on it. But boy, big turnover on 1st down in Greencastle's offense in business. The Shippensburg 21-yard line. Wow. Van Syok just dropped the football. So McDowell under center, back to pass on 1st down. Throws to the left corner of the end zone, and that is Carter, Antoine Carter, and he catches it. Nice catch. It'll be 1st down and goal for Greencastle inside the 5-yard line. Adam Hauser on the coverage. The ball was thrown to the outside, and Carter did a nice job coming back and getting the ball, and it's 1st down and goal to goal for the Blue Devils.
Wow, big play on the turnover for Greencastle.
They're calling it 1st and goal to goal from the 1 and a penalty flag. Illegal Coach Faust tries to call a timeout. There was a flag thrown. And see what happened here. So there's going to be a timeout called, and we'll be right back.
Hey, insurance companies that want to spend $1 gazillion on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
So Shippensburg got the timeout called before the penalty was called. So it'll be 1st down and goal to goal at the 1-yard line for Greencastle. McDowell under center. And he hands the ball off to Shear, and Shear fights forward into the end zone for the touchdown. So Bradley Shear with a 1-yard run, and Greencastle has cut the lead to 13-9. 5:50 mark of the 3rd quarter.
Key pass play from McDowell to Carter, which set up the 1st and goal.
Of course, the turnover got the ball back into the hands of the Blue Devils. Gelsinger, extra point attempt. Kick is up. Kick is good. 13-10. Chip will be back.
Every day, the Shippensburg News Chronicle makes it their business to cover local news. From breaking news to features, from local government to sports, the News Chronicle lives and breathes Shippensburg. In today's fast-paced world, there are many ways to stay informed and connected with the News Chronicle. The print edition, the online website subscription, or the easy-to-read e-edition. To subscribe and select what fits your lifestyle, visit shipnc.com. Since 1844, the News Chronicle has been reporting on the people and the news of the Shippensburg area. Keep in touch today at shipnc.com.
So the turnover hurts the Greyhounds, and it's a 13-10 ball game. That Gelsinger has quite the leg. Good Lord. Just a extra point, but he's already made a field goal also.
29-yarder. He could that extra point could have been good from about 50 yards.
Christian Melendez back for the Gelsinger kickoff. Short kick drive. That's Philip Torres at the 25, 30, 35, 40. Nice return by Philip Torres. Only brought down by Azolt, but a good return and good field position for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, see what the Shippensburg offense can do now. 5:46 left to go here in the third quarter. Hounds now lead it by a field goal, 13-10.
First and 10 from the 41.
Gelsinger has a leg like that. I don't understand why they just don't kick it deep.
Yeah. Hauser over the right side tries to get past a couple of defenders and can't do it. He's tackled at the line of scrimmage by Rowe, Hayden Rowe leading the way. They're going to give him a yard loss. It'll be second down and 11, ball marked at the 40-yard line. Hauser just unable to get around the corner into the secondary. Hasn't been able to do that for most of the year. This time he'll come out split to the near side as a wide receiver and 3 to the far side. Van Syok in second and 11. He rolls right, has time, throws down the end towards the sideline for Kane Frodinger, but incomplete pass. That was no chance at all to catch that one. Hildebrand on this coverage again for the Blue Devils. Clock stopped. It's third down and 11, Shippensburg.
Now Shippensburg able to convert on some third and fourth downs in the first half of play. See what they come up with here on third and long.
Hauser once again split to the near side. Back to pass is Carter Van Syok. Now he's looking back to the near side for Philip Torres, and Torres goes nowhere. That's a nice tackle by Miller, Micaiah Miller, and they set up the screen to Torres, but Miller made sure that that went nowhere, and it's going to be fourth down and about 13. 2-yard loss, and Shippensburg will have to give it up. Nice call, but just didn't.
Well defended.
Yep. Cade Marshall and a whistle. Illegal procedure going to be called against Shippensburg.
Yeah, Greencastle showing a little bit of pressure, and that had the offensive line a little antsy.
So that will move the ball back 5 yards. Back to the 33-yard line. So Eddie Walker will try again. And
I don't like the way this third quarter momentum is going here, partner.
Just going to say that. It is totally switched. Marshall standing now at his own 35 over Walker's head, and he's going to try to run, and he kicks it out of the end zone for a safety, right?
Yeah, but the penalty marker, he's going to get called for a penalty.
So, well, I guess that's better than falling on it at the 1 yard line. So I don't know. I don't know what this call is. I don't think I've ever seen that happen.
And they're discussing it because I'm not sure there's a penalty enforced here. Yeah, they're picking it up, I believe. Yep. Safety.
Ray Staver, the public address announcer, stating that you're not going to see that again anytime soon. But that is going to be the safety. So it's 13-12.
Yeah, this third quarter is just not going the right direction for Shippensburg here. Turnover, now the safety.
And the penalty before that, which thankfully didn't.
That's exactly right.
Didn't
yes.
Hurt him. So that's a first. Have you ever seen it?
No.
I don't think. So it's 13-12 all of a sudden. And Greencastle.
Going to get some good field position here, I'll tell you.
Yep. So Auker going to. No, Shedder's going to kick it? Or
He's going to punt it, looks like.
But Shedder's going to punt it instead of Auker. Oh, no, they're going to kick it. Okay. Okay. But Shedder is not. No, this is interesting, too, because he has not really shown ability to kick the ball long.
No.
Marshall's back for Greencastle.
You better get his leg in this. Yeah,
short kick bounces at the 43-yard line. Tough to be picked up by a Greencastle return man, one of the up men. I believe that was Jared Miller. Couldn't get the handle on it, so he just sat down. So it's first down and 10s, but still good field position for Greencastles. They set up shop at their own 40-yard line. So Shippensburg really has to get ready on defense here. They cannot allow. They got to get this momentum to stop what they have to do.
Yeah, they need a big stop here on D.
McDowell under center. And fake to Eberly. McDowell's going to throw down the middle of the field. It is caught. It's going to be a first down and more. Adam Hauser makes a stop on Max McDowell. But inside Shippensburg territory, and that was a nice pass, a nice catch, and it's first and 10 at the Shippensburg 46.
Well, all of a sudden, Greencastle finding some weakness in the Shippensburg defense. Shippensburg really been swarming after the ball. Greencastle been running it here most of this game, but secondary has been a little loose.
And this is Eberly over the right side. A nice play for a loss. That is James Monahan as he grabbed a hold of the running back's jersey, Seth Eberly, and it's a tackle for a loss. It'll be second down and about 13. Nice tackle. Back to the 48-yard line. Flanking to the far side is Mentzer. In motion is Muir. And fake to the wide receiver, gets it. And this is Shear. And Shear's going down the far sideline, and he's going to score. The fake to Eberly, a little screen pass from McDowell to Shear, and he goes the whole way for the touchdown.
What a well-executed screen as they had the pressure all coming from the near side, and they just swung it out on the screen to the far side of the field. And Shippensburg just back on their heels on that play, and the Blue Devils are out in front for the first time tonight.
48-yard touchdown pass. Shear catches it from Cade McDowell. And they're going to go for 2 here, up by 5. And this is McDowell rolling right, throwing into the end zone, and the ball is incomplete, and the 2-point conversion fails. But another touchdown for Greencastle, 2:58 remaining in the third. It's 18-13 Blue Devils.
Advantage ChemDry understands that your pets are an important part of your family. But what happens when they cause messes? We have a revolutionary pet urine removal treatment that's specially formulated to eliminate urine odors. We offer full evaluations, including treating your subfloor, carpet, padding, and new flooring replacement. Stop being embarrassed by your pet's accidents and call me, Ashley, at 717-532-8676. Or visit us online at AdvantageChemDry.com. Get $20 off your pet urine removal treatment.
Well, JD just mentioned something that makes sense. This is how Shippensburg looked game 1, week 1. So they find themselves giving up 15 unanswered points, and they're trailed by 5. Gelsinger kicking it to Christian Melendez, along with Alex Sharrow. A lot of football left. Gelsinger, short kick. Torres picks it up at the 25. Tries to get around the right side, breaks a couple tackles. 25, 30, still on his feet. 35, close to the 37-yard line. Nice return by Torres. Mumma finally brings him down, but boy, broke 2 or 3 tackles, and the little guy gives Shippensburg good field position.
Yeah, he did a nice job on that. He escaped a couple of tackles as he was heading in the wrong direction, then reversed his field and turned it up the right edge and gave Shippensburg good field position at the 35.
Van Syok, the I formation, he's under center. And this is Hauser looking for some blockers. Takes a cut, nice move, 45, 50, spin move, 45. That's the best run of the night by far by Adam Hauser. Finally brought down by Medina. But Adam Hauser leaping over defenders and twisting and turning and gets to the 45-yard line of Greencastle.
A couple of 360s to step out of a couple of tacklers. A really nice run by Hauser.
So Hauser and Torres. And this is Torres, and Torres has to fight hard to get back to the line of scrimmage. Hebert on the stop for Greencastle. No gain, second down and 10. So that quieted the crowd that gotten into a little bit there after that run from Adam Hauser. So second down. And a pitch to Hauser over the right side. Cuts, another spin move, falls forward for maybe 2 yards. It's going to be third down and long for Shippensburg. Marshall on the stop for the Blue Devils. Only a 1-yard gain, second down and 9. 44-yard line. Minute 27 remaining here in the third quarter. Ethan Stauffer in the ball game. And Dan Syok from the shotgun. Back to pass. Looking. That is intended for Stauffer. He kind of slipped. Ball was thrown behind him. Hebert on the coverage, and Shippensburg will punt it away here. So that was not a very good throw. And Stauffer couldn't bring it in. He would not have gotten the first down anyhow.
Greencastle did a nice job that time on defense.
So Eddie Alker will punt it away. Cade Marshall standing in his own 15-yard line.
Another high snap.
My goodness gracious, there's a good kick. Marshall to 15, breaks 1 tackle. Penalty flag down. Marshall still on his feet. Stiff arm, 25, 30, 35, out of bounds. No penalty? Thought I saw a penalty flying, but all I did see was Cade Marshall flying as he broke a couple tackles. Nice stiff arm and a good punt return, and Greencastle will have good field position. Ethan Stauffer finally brings him down, but it's first and 10 Greencastle at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, what you saw was the marker that the head linesman threw over on that side to mark where he caught the ball. It did look like a penalty marker.
Thank you. So first down, Kay McDowell. And McDowell is going to take it himself. It looked like that might have been a busted play, and he might lose a yard. Monahan on the stop for Shippensburg. Second down and 10. Under a minute to play here in the third. Shippensburg was 3-0 at the first quarter they were losing, up 13-3, and then now trailing 18-13. And Eberle faked to him. McDowell, the ball is tipped, and it is caught by McDowell. At least, well, there's no signal that McDowell got hurt. And the ball was tipped, and now McDowell, I don't know what
call
happened.
That a catch?
Adam Hauser doesn't think so. They're talking.
Yep, they are.
And that's going to be enough for the first down. Wow. That was a bizarre play. Tipped from the line of scrimmage. Looks like Hauser hit McDowell or Marshall, and they called a complete pass. First and 10 from the 45, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. 18-13 Greencastle.
For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg is the place. Delicious breakfast selections, and for lunch and dinner, create your own sandwiches, hoagies, wraps, or salads. 3 hot soups as well as a hot meal special are available every day. Plus, Kathy's fresh baked goods and delicious dessert specials are the best. Voted #1 since 2004. Enjoy wonderful hometown atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service at Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg. Your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner should be at Kathy's Deli.
Well, we played 3 quarters here, homecoming night at Veterans Stadium. And it is Greencastle 18-13. Fourth quarter play-by-play. Here's Scott.
12 minutes to go. Turn of events for the Greencastle Blue Devils in the third quarter, and they've taken a 5-point lead. Faced with a 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line, moving right to left here in this fourth quarter. Running room to the far side of the field with Mentzer wide to that side. McDowell hands the football off to Eberle, and Eberle's going to be dropped for a loss back at the 43-yard line by Kane Freidinger for Shippensburg. They actually say it got to back to the 44, so it'll be just a 1-yard loss, 2nd down and 11. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage tonight on SE Sportsnet. So they're clawing it back and forth in this one. We thought this would be a good ball game. Carter goes wide to the far side, running room to that side of the formation. Marshall is winged to the near side with the back split. They fake a handoff to Eberle, and McDowell rolls to the far sideline and throws and completes it. Carter, who fumbles the football. It's picked up by a Greyhound on the far side of the field, and he's going to go in and score. Nicholas Welts, picking up the loose football after the Carter reception, takes it into the end zone for the score.
I think he stepped out.
Nope, he did step out.
That was Austin Kozer that knocked the ball out of the receiver's hands. Thanks, JD.
He stepped out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal for Shippensburg.
Well, that's what the doctor ordered.
Carter made the reception, hit the ground, and the ball popped loose. Here come the Hounds. And off to Adam Hauser, and he's going to be denied the goal line. Being wrapped up by Micah Miller for maybe a gain of 1. 2nd and goal.
Yeah, Hauser had no chance to get his motor going there. Miller was right on top of him.
Gustafson goes wide to the far side. Freidinger to the near. Carter rolls to the near sideline, throws it into the end zone to Adam Hauser for the touchdown.
Well, that was about as nice a play as you can draw up. As Hauser out of the backfield and Carter stepped back and he was open. And it's a good play, and Shippensburg back on the front.
19-18 Shippensburg. Yeah, that was pretty. As Van Syok just rolled to the near sideline, and Adam Hauser was all by his lonesome. Hounds are going to go for 2 here. Backs are split. This time the roll is to the far side, and the pass into the end zone to Hauser is good for the 2 points.
Same play, just the other side of the field.
21-18, Shippensburg with 10:23 left to go in the contest.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Just 2 plays, 5 yards. Shippensburg back on top, 21-18. After the Hounds took advantage of the turnover, Cade Marshall back deep, along with Ethan Murr. Shedder set to kick it off from the Shippensburg 40. End over end kick. Murr takes it at the 15-20, 25-30, and is hit hard as he gets to about the 32-yard line. Tackle made in there by Shippensburg's Aiden Butler, along with Blake Rhodes. So the Blue Devils will go to work at their own 31-yard line. 10:17 left in the game in regulation. This time Hebert comes wide to the left and a slot to the far side of the formation as the Greencastle Blue Devils move left to right. McDowell from the gun on the quarterback keeper, puts his head down at the 45-yard line. Upended there by Trevor O'Donnell for Shippensburg. He'll pick up 4 on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, that was a weird-looking play, but it developed pretty nicely. He decided to run from the shotgun there on 1st down.
This time Carter comes to the near side, and they'll set Hebert in a slot. Now they set Hebert to this side and Carter to the far side, along with Murr in the slot. Backs are split. McDowell wants to throw, steps and throws, looks for the intended receiver, Thomas Hebert, out at about the 41-yard line. Dante Lutrilio on the coverage. Passes incomplete, and it's 3rd down and 6.
Shippensburg got a little pressure on McDowell that time, and he kind of hurried his throw. Wasn't really close to the receiver.
Mentzer goes wide to the far side, and they set Marshall in the slot. To the near side is Hebert from the gun. McDowell on the draw play to Eberle. Eberle trying to get outside, turns the corner with the Greyhound on his back. He's out across the 40 and out of bounds, close to 1st down yardage at the 41-yard line, and that's going to move the chains. Nice run by Eberle. And it's 1st and 10, Greencastle at the 42.
Broke a couple tackles as he ran around the left side and just dove forward and got enough yardage.
9:20 left to go in the game. Hounds lead it by 3, 21-18. Running room to the far side of the field. McDowell sets up to the near side, and he's going to keep the football. Cade McDowell off of right tackle. Falls forward out to the 45-yard line. Eddie Ucker making the tackle. Picking up 3, it'll be 2nd down and about 7.
Yeah, that was a nice shoestring tackle by Ucker as he got McDowell before he get ahead of steam up.
This time Mentzer comes to the near side and Marshall to the far side. 2-man backfield as McDowell's under center. Back to pass. Looking up the near sidelines. He's got a man out there, but he overthrows him at the 20. The intended receiver was Levi Mentzer. He had a couple of steps on the Greyhound coverage, but the pass was well overthrown. Dante Lutrilio on the coverage for the Hounds, and it's 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, Mentzer showed some speed that time down the near sideline. As you mentioned, Scott, he had 2 or 3 yards on Latrulio, but thankfully the ball was overthrown.
Mentzer will check out of the backfield, and Max McDowell will check in. Marshall will go to the far side. Carter comes to the near side. McDowell under center, 3rd down and 7. Steps and throws up the far sideline, looking for his receiver, and it's incomplete. Ball was slightly overthrown. Marshall was the intended receiver. Coverage for Shippensburg that time was Austin Kosher for the Hounds, so it's 4th down, and it should be a punting situation for Greencastle.
Kozer looked more like the intended receiver than the intended receiver did, as he was, ball was overthrown, and Kozer just couldn't quite come up with the interception.
Gelsinger is in the punt. Adam Hauser waits at about the 15-yard line for the Greencastle punt. Little pooch kick hits at the 35-yard line and rolls dead inside the 30 down at the 28. So Shippensburg will take over with 8:16 left to go in the game. Still leading it by 3, 21-18.
Zach Hutchison and James Monahan both in the backfield, and I think they forced Gelsinger to make that punt a little quicker than he wanted to.
Here come the Hounds, with Freidinger coming to the near side. They send a slot to the far side, and they split the backs. Van Syok's under center. He hands the football off to Philip Torres, who looks inside and now bounces out to the near side. He gets loose across the 40. Still on his feet at midfield and pulled down at the midfield stripe by Thomas Hebert. But that's a nice run by Philip Torres as he looked inside and there was nothing, and then he just bounced it out to the near edge and picked up the 1st down for the Greyhounds.
Torres all 5'8", 168, and he broke a couple tackles, and that was a big run, big run.
Slot comes to the near side. Gustafson goes to the far side. Again, the backs are split. Van Syok with the takeaway. Whoa, we had movement, and it didn't snap the football in time. That's going to cost Shippensburg 5. Carter was coming from under center. He didn't have the football.
Oops.
Everybody was moving but the center on that play. Ball back at the Shippensburg 45. 1st down and 15. Melendez comes to the near side. The slots to the far side. From the gun, the toss over to Adam Hauser, who's loose across midfield and pulled down from behind, and a penalty marker flies at the 38-yard line on an illegal tackle, and that's going to be 15 more yards tacked onto the Adam Hauser run. It looks like Brady Shear going to be flagged for the tackle.
Well, it was
walk off 15 more yards. Big play for the Shippensburg Greyhounds.
The play developed really nicely, and Hauser got the screen pass and used that speed to get to the outside, and we'll take that extra 15 yards.
Horse collar tackle the call. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line of Greencastle for Shippensburg. Carter on Freidinger to the near side. The handoff inside to Philip Torres, and he is hit hard as he gets to the back to the line of scrimmage. Big tackle in there by Jacob Reed, who's a big boy. 2nd and 10, no gain.
6'2", 245, a senior.
6:40 left to go in the game.
Clock is moving. What we like to see.
Melendez goes wide to the far side. The slot sets up to the near side. Van Syok in a single set shotgun. He steps and throws it out to the near side to Hauser. Hauser puts his head down across the 20. Still on his feet down inside the 15 and goes down to the 13, 14-yard line, but a penalty marker flies back at the 21-yard line. Let's see what this penalty marker's about.
I think it was Kane Freidinger. I think a hold. Hopefully I'm wrong. Officials are still.
I think they're going to call pass interference.
Nope, okay.
They're
They're
picking up
okay.
the flag.
All right.
So the ball is going to be put down at where? About the 13-yard line, and that's going to be a first down for Shippensburg.
Well, Freidinger made a nice block there, and that allowed Hauser to get some more yardage, but I thought that's where they were calling the foul, but obviously I was wrong.
So Gustafson and Freidinger and Hauser set trips to that far side of the field. Melendez to the near side. Running room to the far side from the gun.
Ooh.
Carter Van Syok looks over the middle, and it's picked off. Picked off in the end zone and brought back to the 30, 25-yard line. That's Cade Marshall picking off the pass over the middle of Carter Van Syok. And the Shippensburg drive comes to an end.
Freidinger was open in the end zone, but Van Syok did not see the defender, and he kind of lofted that ball in there. If he had thrown it a little bit more harder, I guess is what I wanted to say, and maybe that interception wouldn't have occurred.
So the ball's out at the 26, 1st and 10 for Greencastle. 5:53 left to go in the game. They trail by 3. This is Eberle, and he hands the football off then to Marshall, and Marshall was dropped behind the line of scrimmage, back inside the 25 to about the 24. Eddie Ocker making this tackle. They'll lose 2. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
Second time they've run that play this evening. That time good defense by Eddie Ocker.
Carter comes to the near side. Marshall is the wingman. He comes in motion to the near side. McDowell fakes a handoff, steps and throws, and he throws, and it's picked off. Picked off by Shippensburg's Nicholas Wirtz. The ball was into the hands of Bradley Shear. He juggled it, and Wirtz came up with the loose football, and the Hounds have it back at the 25-yard line.
Second big play by Welts here in this ball game. And that was a great pass interception. Shippensburg back with the ball.
Backs are split. Torres and Hauser in the backfield. This is Philip Torres with the ball, and he's going to get the ball across the 25 and down to the 24. Okay, Marshall credited with the tackle after a 3-yard carry by Torres. 2nd down and about 7. 4:55 left to go. 21-18 Shippensburg. Slot to the far side. Adam Hauser with the football. Trying to turn up the far corner. He turns the corner, crosses the 20. Gets down close to about the 17 or 18-yard line before Micah Miller makes the stop. It's a 5-yard pickup. We'll call it 3rd down and a short 2.
It's a nice block by the lineman Colton Musser out of front.
Nick Gustafson to the far side. Freidinger to the near. Backs are split. Inside handoff to Torres, and he gets the ball down close to the 15-yard line. Looks like that should move the chains and give Shippensburg a first down. Miller again on the stop for the Blue Devils. And we've reached the 4-minute mark of this football game. The Hounds leading 21-18 and on the move here. Van Syok will work from under the center. This is Hauser. Hauser trying to turn up the near side. Hauser's loose inside the 10. Penalty marker goes down as Adam Hauser goes into the end zone, but that one's going to come back on a hold against Shippensburg on the near edge at about the 16-yard line.
Well, Philip Torres had a nice block. That wasn't a call, I don't think, but definitely going to come back.
And now we're going to get a penalty against the Shippensburg bench. And that's going to be another penalty.
Well, that's not what we need to do this late in the ball game.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, and 15 more yards are going to be walked off against Shippensburg.
That's dumb in that situation.
Yeah, you can't do that.
And that walks the ball back out across the 40, where it's going to be first down and
a country mile.
Yeah.
You just can't do that, Scott.
No, you can't.
You just can't do that.
It just doesn't make any sense. You've got a 3-point lead. You got to keep your cool. Hounds break the huddle and send trips to the far side. Adam Hauser comes to the near side. They have running room to the far side. Single set from the gun. Draw play to Philip Torres, and Torres will cross the 35 and be pulled down from behind by Antoine Carter.
I just love watching Torres run. Little guy, and he's not afraid to put his helmet down and fight for those extra yards.
Second down and about 27. Trips again to the far side from the gun. And we got a whistle. And a penalty marker and illegal procedure against Shippensburg.
Well,
the Hounds are trying everything they can, aren't they?
All different ways, too.
So that's going to make it
34.
Second down and about 34, maybe. Ball's out at the 39-yard line of Greencastle. 20 yards in from the near side. Hauser again comes to that side, and there's running room to the far side where the trip's set up. From the gun, Van Syok rolls to the far sideline, steps and throws, and the receiver was knocked down as the pass was well overthrown, but no penalty marker. Gustafson was Freidinger was on the ground. Hildebrand on the coverage. So it's third down and 34.
Actually, he slipped on
He slipped, JD said, okay.
Actually, both guys slipped.
It's a little damp out there. It's been a little wet the last few days. Hauser this time sets up to the far side, and they put the trips to the near side. And again, Van Syok with a single set from the gun. Draw play to Hauser. Or check that to Torres. And Torres scoots across the 40 and down to about the 37-yard line. Hebert on the tackle. It's going to be fourth down and a long way to go, and Greencastle's going to call a timeout.
Sure.
2:43 left to go. Shippensburg 21, Greencastle 18.
Every day, the Shippensburg News Chronicle makes it their business to cover local news. From breaking news to features, from local government to sports, the News Chronicle lives and breathes Shippensburg. In today's fast-paced world, there are many ways to stay informed and connected with the News Chronicle. The print edition, the online website subscription, or the easy-to-read e-edition. To subscribe and select what fits your lifestyle, visit shipnc.com. Since 1844, the News Chronicle has been reporting on the people and the news of the Shippensburg area. Keep in touch today at shipnc.com.
So after the timeout, it's fourth down and a heck of a long ways, and Hawker's into punt. Fair catch being called for by Marshall at the 15-yard line, and so Greencastle will have 85 yards in 2 minutes and 39 seconds.
And 2 timeouts
to play with here.
That was a bad punt by Hawker. Like to maybe seen him angle that a little bit more away from the punt returner.
So here come the Blue Devils. Send 4 wide receivers, slot to either side. McDowell from the gun. Going to run the football. McDowell Gets the ball out to about the 17-yard line, maybe the 18-yard line, before he's hit by Ethan Stauffer for Shippensburg. Let's call it 3 to the 18, 2nd down and 7. Again, 4 wide receiver set with a slot to either side. And McDowell with a single set in the backfield. Steps and throws, and it's complete out about the 20-yard line. That was caught by Menser for a couple yards, so it's 3rd down and 5. Stauffer on the tackle. McDowell straight back to pass. Looking over the middle, and it's intercepted by Kane Freidinger. Freidinger back across the 20, down to the 15-yard line. Kane Freidinger went up in the air to pull that pass down, intended for Ethan Klopper over the middle. And the Hounds have it back with 1:46 left to go, hanging on to a 21-18 lead.
Well, that was not a very good pass, obviously, by McDowell, and a lot of maroon uniforms back deep defensively, and pretty easy interception by Freidinger.
Freidinger to the near. Gustafson to the far. Backs are split. Van Syok hands the ball off to Philip Torres, and Torres tries to turn up the near side, and he's pulled down from behind as he gets the ball back to the line of scrimmage, and Greencastle's going to burn another timeout. Antoine Carter on the tackle. 1:37 left to go. 2nd timeout being called by Greencastle. And it's 21-18 Shippensburg, and they have the ball at the Greencastle 15-yard line.
Nice stat here, but from J.D.K. McDowell started out this half 5 for 5, and after that he's 1 for 6 with 2 interceptions.
It's the story of the second half. It's been the 4th quarter, actually. 2nd down and 10 for Shippensburg after the timeout. Ball just outside the 15-yard line. Clock will start on the snap. This is Adam Hauser with the football. Has an opening and is spun down after he gets the ball down to about the 13-yard line by Brady Shear. He'll pick up 3 on the carry. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
And Greencastle has called their last timeout.
And so we'll reset it here for you with 1:32 left to go in the game. The Hounds lead at 21-18. Coming out of the timeout, it'll be 3rd down and about 7 with the ball resting at about the 13-yard line of Greencastle.
It's been a strange game.
Interesting second half, to say the least.
Friday the 13th, second half.
Next Friday night, back here at Veterans Stadium against the Northern Polar Bears. 3rd down and 7. Hand off to Adam Hauser. Tries to turn up the near side. He spins and goes down at about the 10-yard line. Seth Eberle making the tackle. So it'll be 4th down and 5 after a 2-yard pickup. Greencastle cannot stop the clock. Looks like Shippensburg, unless something really weird happens here, will pick up their 5th victory of this season.
They're going to wait, let this clock wind down as far as they can. They'll use one of their timeouts.
.55 seconds on a turning clock. And now Coach Faust signals timeout. And Shippensburg will take a timeout. 1 left on the clock.
I'd run the play. They scored a touchdown on a 2-point conversion.
Okay.
They didn't cover it either time then?
Yeah.
I don't think they'll cover it here. With the one exception. If Hauser's not wide open, Van Syok tuck it and run.
If you could hear J.D., but he said he'd run the same play as they did on the 2-point conversion and the touchdown, because they didn't defense
Cover
that
it,
very well.
They sure didn't.
And if Hauser's covered, Van Syok could run.
52.3 ticks left on this game clock. Hounds have a 4th down and 5. Gustafson to the far side. Freidinger to the near side. Backs are split and strong to the far side. From under center with the takeaway.
There it is.
Carter Van Syok rolls to the far sideline.
You're a genius.
It to Adam Hauser, who's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Very good job there, JD. He called it, and that's what the result was, the touchdown.
Take him to Vegas on your next trip, Rom. So the Hounds stretch the lead to 27-18. Shedder's on to attempt the point after. Out of a Van Syok hold.
Hauser's third touchdown on the night.
Ball is down. Shedder's kick is up, and it is good. Shippensburg 28, Greencastle 18.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
4 plays and 16 yards. Shippensburg's score here makes it 28-18. 45.4 seconds left in this football game in regulation.
Coach Faust is still down there talking to the one official.
You know, that's not the official that threw the flag on him either. Shedder teeing it up at the 40. Murr and Marshall await the Shedder kick. End over end kick taken by Murr at the 19. He's out across the 20, 25, and falls forward to about the 31-yard line. Tackle made by Max Cobb.
Jacob Keys hit the returner first and slowed him down. So it was a good 1-2 punch by Cobb and Keys.
So here come the Blue Devils, down by 10 with 40 seconds left to go.
Hauser and Freidinger both deep in the secondary.
3 wide receiver set from the gun. McDowell wants to throw, looks and throws over the middle, and it's broken up. Pass was intended for Levi Mentzer, but nicely covered by Austin Kozier for Shippensburg. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he wanted that interception there. Adam Hauser back there also. Again, they're playing that prevent defense. Hauser's all the way back at the 40-yard line.
Mentzer goes to the far side, Carter to the near. Again, single set from the gun. McDowell steps, throws over the middle, and it's just about picked off and then caught. Caught out at the 45-yard line. Ethan Stauffer just about picked that off, but it fell into the hands of Brady Shear at the 45-yard line for a first down.
Unbelievable.
3 wide receiver. McDowell from the gun rolls to the far sideline, steps and throws, and completes it to Mentzer, who falls forward. And that's going to pick up another first down at the Shippensburg 45-yard line. Kozier on the tackle. 10.5 seconds left to go in the game. McDowell from the gun. Hands the football off to Eberle. Eberle at the 40. Eberle puts his head down at the 36, and that's going to be it. Shippensburg Greyhounds have clawed back, come from behind to defeat Greencastle Blue Devils by a score of 28-18.
For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg is the place. Delicious breakfast selections, and for lunch and dinner, create your own sandwiches, hoagies, wraps, or salads. 3 hot soups as well as a hot meal special are available every day. Plus, Kathy's fresh baked goods and delicious dessert specials are the best. Voted #1 since 2004. Enjoy wonderful hometown atmosphere, delicious food, and friendly service at Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg. Your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner should be at Kathy's Deli.
Timmins Oil Incorporated of Orrstown has been proudly serving the local area for over 35 years with quality fuel oil, diesel fuel, and kerosene products at reasonable prices. The Timmins folks invite you to call now and arrange convenient fuel oil delivery for the upcoming heating season. Call Timmins Oil at 532-3740. That's 532-3740. Or stop in and say hello at 12901 Mountain Road in Orrstown. The Timmins family encourages all drivers to exercise extra caution on the roads now that the kids are back in school. Parents, remember to take the time to become involved in your children's school activities. And this fall and always, save a life. Please don't drink and drive. Remember, for extra convenient fuel oil delivery this winter, call Timmins Oil of Orrstown now at 532-3740. That's Timmins Oil at 532-3740. The Timmins family is proud to be part of our Cumberland and Franklin County communities. And go Greyhounds!
Your complete quality satisfaction is unconditionally guaranteed. That's the backbone that New Life Painting of Shippensburg has built their business on since 1998. New Life Painting has been providing Central Pennsylvania residential and commercial painting at its best. Keith and Chris Carroll welcome the opportunity to discuss your next painting project with a free on-the-spot estimate, and your satisfaction is the center of their quality work. Give them a call at 423-5577, and you'll soon learn what satisfaction and guaranteed is all about.
Well, Shippensburg getting a little bit of a scare here tonight at Veterans Stadium, but they come out with a 28-18 victory over Greencastle, and they go to 5-2 on the season. Another win in the Colonial Division, too, partner.
Yeah, they probably best 4 quarters they've played, that may be 3.5 quarters, but they made some really big plays when they had to. Adam Hauser had a great game with the 3 touchdowns, I mentioned. Van Syok did a nice job at the quarterback, and their defense, Shippensburg's defense, other than that third quarter, they played very, very well.
Yeah, Shippensburg did a nice job. It's the best I've seen them play all year.
Yeah.
And the offense did what they needed to do to win this ball game tonight.
Latrulio, he was big, and the guys that they were calling a lot. Bortz was in there a lot, and Monahan. So it was a good defensive effort. And hey, Greencastle, they were a tough team. They had some really good athletes. The Eberly kid was really good, but hey, they did what they had to do to hold on and come away with their 5th win of the year. JD, your thoughts?
Well, like I told you guys there right after halftime, that's the way we played the second half against Dover. We had that 35-point lead, and Dover went down the field and scored, and then we had a bad snap on a punt, and then the next time it was a short punt, and next thing you know, they got a couple scores into the end zone using a short field. But unlike the Dover game, Shippensburg rallied after falling behind in the fourth quarter and forced 3 big turnovers in the fourth quarter, and then cashed them in to retake the lead and then get the sealing touchdown there at the end to make it a 10-point game, because it was definitely a nail-biter for the last 8 minutes and 30 seconds of the football game.
Yeah, sure was. But, hey, they had to come away with a win. They did that and get to enjoy that for a couple of days. Then another tough tilt Colonial Division matchup with Northern next Friday.
Yeah, and that's Shippensburg will be looking for a little. Well, they got revenge last year in the playoffs against Northern, but they'll be looking for revenge in the regular season because Northern kept Shippensburg from winning the Colonial Division title outright with that losing over there in the 1-point game. But Greencastle, that's probably been their MO all season. They were 2-4 coming in. Now they're 2-5. They had the rally last week to beat, or 2 weeks ago to beat Mifflin County. They scored late to pull out that win where they had led up until the fourth quarter and gave it away, and they were able to come back. But Shippensburg's defense rallied to the front tonight and came up with big plays to get the offense the ball back.
Final stats.
Okay, for Greencastle, 38 rushes, 136 yards. Eberly, the leading carrier, 16 for 77. McDowell passing, 9 for 18, 2 interceptions, 136 yards, 272 yards of total offense for Greencastle. Greyhounds running game, 34 for 106. Torres, 57. Hauser was 51. Carter Van Zog passing, 15 for 29, 1 interception, 145 yards. Hauser, the leading receiver, 8 for 83. The Greyhounds with 241 yards of total offense in the ball game. Shippensburg, 16 first downs, 12 first downs for Greencastle. Defensive side of the football, Eddie Ocker, 8 tackles, Ethan Stauffer, 7, Monahan with 6. And Nick Welch stuffing the stat sheet. He had a fumble recovery and interception for Shippensburg. And now 3 games left in the season, Rob.
Yeah, Welch did a nice job. There were a couple big plays he made tonight.
Be in the right place at the right time because Kozier with the great hit along the sideline, the ball's laying there. Welch scoops, and we thought he scored, stepped out the 5, and then he was in coverage on the pass, and the ball goes through the receiver's hands, comes out the backside, and lays right in his lap. He couldn't do anything but catch that interception. And then Kane Freidinger also with interception in the ball game. But 3 ball games left to go in the season, and it's the push to the district playoffs.
Thank you, J.D. Coverage of Shippensburg High School football is an exclusive and copyrighted feature of SC Sportsnet and the Shippensburg High School Athletic Department. Any use of the descriptions and accounts without the consent of SC Sportsnet and the Shippensburg Area Senior High School is strictly prohibited. Once again, the final score, Shippensburg 28, Greencastle 18. You have been listening to coverage of Shippensburg Ground football on SC Sportsnet. Good night.